All right, guys, I'm back with a different type of video today. Trying out different angles, trying to figure out my way around videography as I start to kind of pursue this evaluation and brand overview. Today, I'm showing you a brand that I've actually previously featured. You can probably tell by the name on the shoe tree that this is a pair of Wholecuts. Wholecuts are a style of Oxford that essentially have no cap toe, no detailing. It's really just one piece of leather that wraps around the last to form a shoe. In this case, there's one seam on the back. There are some high-end shoes and shoe manufacturers that design seamless hole cuts, but this does have a seam on the back of it, which is pretty typical for most welted shoes. This is, as I mentioned, Paolo Scafora designing this hole cut on a fairly aggressive last. You can kind of see this soft squared sort of toe there with a little sharp designation to the front of the toe there, and then a 360-degree Norwegian welt. One thing that Paolo Scafora is very much known for is their welting. And so you can see this beautiful welt. I'm going to try to show you here as I kind of go around. Done really immaculately. Here you go. You can sort of see it all the way around. It's beautiful welting. Norwegian welting was initially done to provide a degree of waterproofing, but in today's modern manufacture with various welted shoes and designs that are equally waterproof, Norwegian welting is often simply just a design cue and something that seems to be getting popular through 2020 and maybe into 2021. So this is done using a Montella Calf Leather from Paolo Scafora out of Italy. Italian shoes tend to have a fairly aggressive styling in many instances, a little bit more aggressive than your typical English manufacturer. I would argue that there's more aggressive styles even coming now out of China and some other places like Indonesia, but certainly Italians have long been known, along with the French, for fairly aggressive designs like pointy toe shoes are the way I used to think about them. But the truth of the matter is depending on the balance that the design strikes, you might find that style appealing. I sourced this shoe from the Noble Shoe. That's a company run by Costas Mandelaris, who's a fantastic dealer out of Stockholm, Sweden, who stocks Paolo Scafora amongst other manufacturers. And you can again see just the beautiful detailing and shape of this shoe, some of the finer details like the angles that you see on the vamp, the burnishing at the tip of the toe, a mirror shine, which is probably due for a little bit of a buff up here. And then, of course, this beautiful inscription and essentially the seal of Paolo Scafora on the sole. Some people might like this, others might not. I think of it as just another detail that's pretty stellar. It's got a narrow, slight bevel to the waist, almost designed like a fiddleback waist, but it's more of a beveled waist, really. And then a really elegantly nailed heel. I think a lot of these are decorative heels. There's probably 4 or 5 heels that actually hold the block into place. You got the stacked leather sole here with a rubber heel to help with traction. I didn't get a toe plate. And then this has got 5 eyelets, as you can see, and comes with the shoe trees, where there again is the insignia of the Noble shoe right there. So let me put these 2 shoes down and put those into focus there. Beautiful, beautiful pair of shoes. Hole cuts are unique design. They can be both very, very formal, or they can actually be relatively elegant. Relatively casual and kind of an elegant casual look. I'm going to move the light around just so you can catch some of the highlights on this beautiful shoe and kind of see how it evolves as we kind of change the lighting here. Some of you have asked How I play around with lighting. Well, I play around with lighting using different lights and different sources, natural light, artificial light, and I try to find lighting that highlights the quality and features of the shoe, and just finding different ways to feature these beautiful, really elegant designs that are come upon by so many of the makers these days. So Paolo Scafora, Italian shoemaker extraordinaire. It's got a long history dating back to the 1970s of really providing us with wonderful designs, classic Norwegian welting, as I mentioned, beautiful upper calf leathers, near bespoke quality. This is obviously a ready to wear shoe since I was able to buy it off the shelf, but fits wonderfully. Costas, who I mentioned, it runs the Noble Shoe, can give you good advice about how a shoe should fit based off of your specifications and maybe fit in other models. And again, just showing you this really kind of precise Norwegian welt here. I'll obviously share a few pictures along with this video, and I hope you find this brief review of the Paolo Scafora Wholecut Oxfords with Norwegian welting, leather sole, and just a beautiful toe burnishing and shine. And I hope you find that rather interesting. There's your final view. One shoe to the front, one shoe to the back. And hope you're doing well and have a good day. Take care. Bye.